About by making Cavill this guy again. Hello and welcome to another episode of With Enough Prep Time. I'm your host, the Nerd Man, and today we're doing Hot Takes Tuesdays on a Monday, of course, due to certain. Don't laugh. See, I had a problem. I was worried about my intro, and these guys are like trying to make me nervous. So anyway, guys. Okay. But anyway, so as per usual, unfortunately not on the Tuesday, but on the Monday, we are going to cover a topic which is an incendiary hot take, an unpopular opinion that. Hopefully everyone is going to tell me how crazy I am, and I have to defend as much as I possibly can. So with me today, I have on this side, Lantern Alex of Spectre Entertainment. I've got, of course, my boy JG Shaolin. We've got Ashley, aka The Widow, who I'm a big fan of her channel. And of course, Philosophical Pickle, who himself is a hot take embodied, personified. So, guys, are you ready to hear the hot take?
Yes.
Yes.
And no.
Ready to hear. So they don't know yet what the hot take is. So this is my hot take for the week.
I'm excited.
Anakin Skywalker is a better hero than Luke in New Hope, and Phantom Menace is a better film than New Hope.
True.
Interesting.
True. So glad you said this.
Wow.
So glad.
I'm about to leave this stream right now.
No
I'm leaving this stream there, man. You are more blasphemous than a man underneath you right now.
Okay. So quickly, just to introduce this, I am watching the Star Wars trilogies for the first time. So I'm coming to this absolutely new. I am not a fanboy or anything like that. Oh, he's just left. I'm not a fanboy. I'm not clouded by nostalgia or anything like that. And that little boy, I'm just talking because I haven't watched the whole trilogy yet. I'm only talking about the Phantom Menace, right? Versus the New Hope. The fact of the matter is that little boy Anakin is a better hero than Luke in New Hope, and Phantom Menace is a more fun and cooler movie, in my opinion. That's how I'm leaving it. So, does anybody what's the general?
Oh, hey, nerd man, what was your hot take again?
So Anakin Skywalker is a better hero than Luke in New Hope.
But what's the real one?
You're right. Sorry. The
right,
real one.
I think he's right.
And you're wrong, nerd man. You are clouded. The dark side clouds everything.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So how should we do this? So Philosophical Pickle, you obviously vehemently disagree. What JG Shaolin, how are you feeling about this?
This is worse than your freaking Forrest Whitaker take for Magneto. I can't believe you. You are my brother from another mother. I am disowning you, man. Disowning you right now.
Okay. And Ashley, I don't know. I'm not sure if you're a Star Wars person.
I mean, I like Star Wars, yeah. But I mean, I like the prequels over the so I'm a big prequels fan, so I actually agree here.
Oh my God!
We got three.
Are you surprised, Shaolin? Really?
I am shocked.
Shaolin, what are they preaching right now?
I don't know. He must have shipped some of that overseas marijuana to him to smoking something. I don't know.
All right, let's get into it.
Learn to turn that green light off. You don't deserve it. You're not worthy of the green light right now. Ashley, I still love you. It's okay.
Right. I should change it here.
Turn that shit to a red light. You're a red lantern now. There we go.
All right, let's get into this. First of all, I'm going to give you two hot hot flaming points on why I'm absolutely right. Now, remember, I'm only comparing. I'm only comparing The Phantom Menace to A New Hope. I haven't seen The Empire Strikes Back yet. I haven't seen any of the rest of them. So I'm just comparing those two, right? So first of all, what is Luke's problem when, like, Obi-Wan Kenobi comes and tells him, like, look, dude, we've got to go off on this mission. We've got to go and save the universe. Like, we've got to get you've got to become a Jedi. I see potential. Nah, man, I just want to stay on the farm, relax, chill. I'll take you out to, like, maybe just a little bit past, the moons of Neptune or whatever. I'll leave you there, and then you can go the rest, Grandpa. What the fuck is that about? That little plucky boy has a great attitude. He's like, dude, like, as soon as he's like, yeah, you're a Jedi. I always felt it. I want to be a Jedi. He's a cute little kid. Always wants to do the good thing. And he has a quote in it, which I think, Lantern, you told me was like one of your favorite quotes in the movie.
Are you an angel? Okay, no, that's not. That's not
the one. But it's something about, like, always helping people. And you look for that in Luke. I thought Luke, that is what I expected Luke to be when I first watched A New Hope. So I watched A New Hope before A Phantom Menace. And all the time I'm looking at Luke and I'm thinking, he's a really paper-thin character. He's not really that interesting at all. And to be fair, none of the rest of the cast, none of them are. Han Solo isn't really that. He's just the paper-thin, like, kind of guy who's like, yeah, he doesn't want to go along with the mission. It's like the ideas of George Lucas hadn't been crystallized yet. And in The Phantom Menace, you finally got what he was truly trying to get at. And it's a much more crystallized, better version of A New Hope. And Anakin is a much more likable, and a much more positive hero who I...
Sweet baby Jesus. Sweet baby.
This is genuinely fascinating that a human's brain can function on this level.
Dude, I didn't watch it when I was a kid. I'm just watching it for what it is. I don't have those nostalgia goggles on. Fight me.
Exactly. I have nostalgia goggles for the prequels because I was 4 when the first one came out. It was the first movie I ever saw in theaters. That movie is garbage. It's all about the performance. That little kid sucks. He's like, look at my robot I'm building. He's literally a plot device. Obi-Wan's like, we got to go fucking get this little kid. He's a plot device. He's terrible. His fucking, are you an angel? And he's like, look at over here. I want to be part of the mission. He's such a bad kid actor. At least you have fucking Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill. He's not great. Luke isn't a great character in the first movie, but neither is fucking little Annie. Oh,
Annie.
Well, he's better. My point is, he's better than Luke. You've already just basically
I'll tell you how he's not.
We might as well stop the episode. You basically said Luke isn't good, right? You said Luke isn't good.
Neither of them are great in the first movies, but that moment, when Luke's aunt and uncle are fucking charred, and he looks at them and then looks away, and then he looks back at them. That moment when the wind is blowing in his hair and he's looking at the 2 sons of Tatooine and he's looking at his fucking charred parents. He's about to go on this adventure. Dude, you feel that one moment is better than anything Annie does in the whole movie. The pod race is boring. He's boring. His character is boring. The pod race is so generically directed. It's so not visually interesting.
Now you're just taking a piss. Even if you don't like the movie, how can you try and tell me that pod race wasn't cool? It was thrilling. You never knew what was going to happen. It was a great little fucking.
Dude, you knew Anakin was going to win that race. You knew it. It was going to happen.
Of course.
See what I mean? Of course, you knew he was going to win. Well, of course, you probably didn't know what was going to happen. But for us, we knew who was going to win that race.
Going to destroy the Death Star. You know what I'm saying? Like, you knew Luke Skywalker was going to win at the end of the first movie.
Yeah, exactly. It's about the journey.
Nerdman, you talk about Han Solo. Han Solo wasn't great. He was like the first movie character in history to be that. He invented that prototypical fucking character of not wanting to go on the mission and being the scruffy nerf herder. Are you kidding me, dude?
Power converters.
All Luke wanted, dude. It's a fucking story about a dude who didn't want to go on a mission and he did. That Anakin is so boring because all he wants to do is go on the mission. It's better when the character is changing. You see him evolving when he has to the Luke from the first fucking 20 minutes wouldn't have fucking stole a stormtrooper armor and saved a princess. It's compelling. When Obi-Wan dies, are you kidding me?
There's two parts of this, right? So first of all, I said he's a better hero. So you've just again admitted that the little kid is a better hero.
What does he do?
Luke destroyed the Death Star and saved the Republic. What the hell are you talking about?
What did Anakin
What did Anakin do? Dude, if you take out the fight, no. If you take out the fight between Darth Maul, Qui-Gon Jinn, and Obi-Wan Kenobi, who would care about that film? When anybody talks about a movie, that's the one thing they talk about in Jar Jar Binks' movie. Other than that, what did Anakin do? Tell me exactly what Anakin did. I'm curious.
Destroyed the ship.
Besides
the pod race.
Besides the pod race, what did he do?
He did the pod race and he destroyed the ship.
Like
as a little kid.
Destroyed what ship?
What ship?
Luke was already an adult. Luke was.
So he destroyed the ship as a kid, right? When he gets in that yellow ship.
Yeah.
Exactly. He can't even remember. That's how horrible it was.
Controlled by the
how old, Lantern? How old is he when he's in this movie?
And he saves the princess. He saves the princess as well from like when they're
about to. Luke saved the princess too, and he got ridiculed for being short. Right, he still manned up and said, "No, you come with me."
We're gonna go into that. Ashley, dunk on these guys, man. Dunk on them.
She's the only one that could probably change my opinion right now. Go ahead, Ashley.
I mean, I just feel like Anakin when we see him, he's a lot more hopeful and he's willing to do these things. And I feel like that's the essence of what a hero is. And I mean, I'm not saying that he is a better developed character than Luke. Okay, that's the difference. Like everything that you're saying is about how he, his story is more compelling. But when I'm looking at who is willing to go out there and put themselves on the line from the beginning, and who is the hero, who is the better overall hero, that is Anakin because of these certain things. Because Luke is second guessing it. He doesn't know if he wants to do this. But from the jump, that Anakin is different. But that's also part of who Anakin becomes later. But that's why, just if you look at both of these films, he's a better hero.
Yeah, and let me piggyback one bit of that. What is Luke's actual reason? Well, yeah, exactly. Very good point. She's destroyed both of you in one.
I don't know about that.
In one little argument. Let's talk about something like even more important. What's Luke's actual reason when he actually decides he wants to literally be a hero? Oh, she's cute. She's so beautiful. That's why I want to go in.
No. It's when his aunt and uncle died. That's when he
basically when he gets the hots for his own sister.
No. When his aunt and uncle died, that's when he manned up and said, "Okay, I'll go with you, Obi-Wan."
And Nerdman, in the first movie, you don't know it's his sister yet. We're talking about just the first movie, so that's not weird yet.
I know. I'm just saying he has the hots for his own sister.
Nope, not in the first movie.
Yes, we don't know that. We don't know that yet. That's true.
They come up with that.
They hadn't come up with that yet. But the fact is, he's like, when he's actually becomes enthusiastic, before he's all lethargic, he's laissez-faire about the whole thing. And then he sees a hot girl and suddenly it's like, oh yeah, we've got to save the hot girl. And that's it. That's basically it. Biggest, also talk about the biggest damsel in distress ever, like is Princess Leia in comparison with her mother, who's much more like gung-ho about things, much more like, So anyway, that was my point. So anybody want to argue with that?
What does Anakin do in the whole movie that is like good? Like
he destroys the fucking battleship, dude.
You mean when he gets in?
That's a small thing.
You mean when he gets in the ship and he's a as a 9-year-old, he puts on the adult helmet and it fits his head perfectly? We're gonna get into why this movie's not as good. That's the most blasphemous part. The second part of this is the most. We will destroy you on the movie part.
Paul needs a link.
Dude. So he destroys a ship. Luke destroys a fucking planet destroyer. Okay, he's the better hero. Period. If you want to talk about in the movie, thematically, he does more to save more people, and they're just as boring. So Luke wins, and Luke is actually interested when Obi-Wan is telling him about, I knew your father. He was a good friend and the greatest pilot in the universe. And Luke is like, you knew my father. He has that energy that Anakin copied. dude, Anakin is only good because you know that he's going to turn into an evil bastard. Luke, I mean, neither of them are good, but he's better than Annie.
No, actually, he's actually good.
He saves more people. He's the better hero.
What I've realized, like going into it and getting a little bit of education from Lantern Alex, he's basically my he's my Yoda. I'm his, what is it, a Padawan or whatever?
Padawan.
Yeah. Padawan.
I'm his Padawan when it comes to Star Wars, right? Yeah. So what I've learned is you, like Star Wars guys, are a bunch of fucking bullies who bullied a like 7-year-old kid to giving up his acting career when he was actually damn good in the movie. I felt for him, and you know what I love when I got sold on this little kid is when, like, basically I was like, oh no, they're not going to do it. Like when he's about to leave, to become a Jedi or whatever, and he's just left his mother there. She's still a slave. He's been freed, and I'm like, oh no, he's not just going to be like, oh, I'm really happy to leave. And then I was dreading that, and then he thinks for a moment, even though he's a child and he's not like he's so, gung ho about going on this adventure and doing good. He suddenly has that thought. Hey, wait, what about my mother? Isn't my mother going? And he just, the sadness and the love and the connection between them is so great. And also the connection between him and Qui-Gon Jinn. I don't know these characters' names.
There is no connection, man. The acting is
wait, let me finish. Let me finish this point, right? Because there's a couple of things there. But like basically his connection with his mother is so heartwarming. And the fact that he actually thinks about that, even though he's so excited about becoming a Jedi, and he goes, you know what, I'm going to come back for you, mother. I was like, I love this kid.
And then she says, don't come back. I think that's, I love that scene. Because then she says, don't come back.
I love that scene.
Like, that's, come on. Mm-hmm. Good shit. That's some good shit.
So that's better than Luke's parents getting roasted and him having to stare at it?
Skeletons.
Exactly. Yeah. Then you hear the soundtrack in the background going on, man. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning.
He wouldn't have even left if it wasn't for that. That was the only reason he actually
left. And Anakin wouldn't have left if his mom didn't say go. You think Anakin would have left if his mom didn't say go ahead and go? No, he would have sat right there. Pod racing and shit.
Wait. That's the right thing to do. That's the right thing to do. You stay with your mother. You look after your mother. That's the right thing to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, I don't fault him for that.
So exactly. No, but Luke wasn't staying there because of that. Luke was just like, I just want to chill on the farm. His mother was Luke's mother a slave or his parents slaves? Am I missing something?
No, Luke's parents was Anakin and whatever her name is. Padme.
No, sorry. Whoever Luke was leaving on the farm, basically.
Oh, his aunt and uncle.
And uncle.
His aunt and uncle. They weren't slaves. They weren't necessarily like directly in peril, right?
Well, you got to understand something there, man.
Terrible.
Anakin's mother encouraged him to go. Luke's aunt and uncle kind of discouraged him from going. Remember when his uncle was telling him how bad his dad was or something like that? He was discouraging him from going. And then when you grow up and that's pretty much all you know, besides your friend who leaves off and join a rebellion, I mean, what are you going to do?
Ashley, how can you sit back and let these men spit this blasphemous shit?
Like, I agree with them. Like,
you're enabling them.
I'm not enabling. I agree with these points here. How am I enabling anything?
You're enabling terrible points.
Well, let it rain down because I agree.
Man, it's just like I think it comes down to the performance.
In episode 4, A New Hope, I don't think you care enough about the parents, like the uncle and what's her name.
True.
You don't care about them enough, and then they die. I mean, am I supposed to really feel connected? Am I really supposed to feel for Luke Skywalker? You know what I'm saying? I just
Do you feel for Anakin's fake mom?
You know what I'm saying? Huh?
You feel for Anakin's mom?
Yeah, Anakin's mom is an actual character that you see in multiple scenes, and she actually has a purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
she has the same face in every scene she's in. It's very sad, depressing look.
So bad. The acting is so bad in that movie, and we're about to get into how the movie
impressed the hell out of me watching it.
All right,
That
all right.
movie-
Yeah, I was just saying I would have left
It
too.
was
Fuck.
weak, but I mean, I felt for him. Like, yeah, I didn't buy a lot of things that she was doing, but I bet for him, I felt it.
I thought she
understood
was
it.
fine. I thought she was fine. I thought
Luke
she was
is the character
absolutely
that you
fine.
experience. He's the eyes for the viewer going into this new universe. Anakin is just a plot device. The only reason he's interesting is because they gave a poster before the movie came out, and when his shadow looks like Darth Vader, and everybody's got a boner for it. Like, he's not actually interesting in the movie. His acting is so bad. Once again, I must say, are you an angel? Like, he's that in every scene.
Lantern,
I froze Lantern.
You froze. Say what you said
froze.
again.
I think he acts like an 8-year-old kid. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
He's a kid. His mind
Yeah.
is very abstract. It's easy to manipulate him or tell him to go do certain things.
Exactly.
It's simple. Luke's more of an adult, well, maybe a teenager, maybe 16, 17, maybe. He's
Yeah.
growing to his own man. He's
He's
going
way
to,
too old to become a Jedi. That's for sure. Way
well,
too
that
old.
is true. But remember, he's been raised on Tatooine for the longest, so
Look,
So,
okay.
we can admit
So
that they're
let-
both not great.
No, I think he was great. I'm saying he
Great?
was great. Yeah, I think he was fantastic. He was a great, plucky little 8-year-old kid, and you felt for him. And I like the fact that he can make robots, and he has like this skill set, and the way they played in the fact that he does this pod racing, and that played into what he did at the end of the film. And he
Well,
was
you're
just
about to
a
get real
brave.
disappointed.
He was
when
a-
you see
he
the
was
next
a-
movies.
He was a brave. I've heard.
They do kind of hate.
I've heard. And he was a brave little kid who you kind of, I just rooted for. I immediately, like within 5 minutes, I just rooted for the kid because he was a good little kid, and you were just like, yeah, that's a nice, thing.
Can I make one
So
more point?
let's
Birdman?
talk about other elements of the movie.
Can I make
But yeah,
one more point about
point.
Anakin?
Mm.
What is the male version of a Mary Sue? Gary Stu? That's Anakin. He was Ray before Ray was Ray. He's just
Yeah,
good at everything.
I agree
and
with
he's
that.
8. He's 8 and he's good at everything for no reason. It's not compelling. Luke
It's
had
the
to earn it.
midichlorians.
Period.
It's the midichlorians.
Yeah, he had the metachlorians, dude.
Come
He had
on.
the metachlorians. And the metachlorians, they explained the Force much better than what I heard in New Hope. So
No, Yoda explains it better in Empire, doesn't he, Lantern? Give me that. He explains what it is.
It's around you. It penetrates you. It
Yeah, it
binds
should penetrate your butt. Come on.
Yoda seems like a little bit of a pedo. I don't know. It penetrates you. Okay.
Damn.
All right, nerd man. We're going into some more blasphemy now. You
Okay,
think this is
so
a better
I
movie
wa-
than the first one?
I want to say that it's a better movie than the first one. Now I'm going to give you a few reasons here. All right, so we've got the relationship between is it Qui-Gon Jinn?
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Qui-Gon Winn. Okay, so we've
I
got
got
him.
It's 3 syllables, nerd man.
Qui-Gon Jinn. There you go.
Qui-Gon Jinn or whatever, yeah? We've got the relationship between him and the little kid. I thought that was very touching. That was very moving. And obviously the heartfelt thing where he died at the end, I actually felt for him there. We have a really great villain as well. Like, I thought the villain actually was a little bit more menacing than Darth Vader. We have, who's the villain again? I've only watched this the first time. Darth Maul. Liked him more than Darth Vader.
Menace.
I liked him more than Darth Vader. And I'm sitting there, I'm sitting there watching A New Hope for the first time. And I'm like, okay, cool. The one thing I'm going to enjoy about this movie is like the lightsaber battles, because I'm watching it for about half an hour, 45 minutes. I'm like, all right, these are cardboard cut out characters, whatever. I can see why if you were a child, you'd enjoy this and stuff like that. But I wasn't really getting into it. But I'm like, okay, there's going to be lightsaber battles. What do I get at the end? Like the most lame fucking lightsaber battle of all time. What do I get at the end of Phantom Menace? That battle was sick, bro. That battle was sick.
No, man, you have to remember.
I don't care. You can say new technology. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm about to go there too.
Do a Paul
New
just
Hope came out in like the
I know,
70s, dude. This is like, come on, man. What you expect?
Man, Paul just dropped the mic on
I'm
you.
talking which is the better movie. That's all I'm saying. I don't care when it was made or what.
Bring up Paul's comment, please, nerd man.
Paul's
That's
comment.
good.
Yeah.
We have a great villain who is better than Darth Vader. What's his name again? I don't know.
That's great. I'll forgive you though. You just watched it. They don't say it much. They don't say his name much in the movie.
Yeah,
exactly.
And tell me, how is Darth Maul a better villain than Darth
He's
Vader?
not.
I'm very
Well, he
curious.
was scarier. He was scary. He was more
What?
menacing.
Just
He was more
having a
menacing.
frown on his face and just that's all he did. He was mute the whole time.
He had a cooler weapon. He had a cooler
That
weapon.
is true. I did like the
fight.
double blade lightsaber. That was cool.
Nerman,
And
that
he
is
was
the best
fighting
part of the
better.
movie. The fight is the best part of the movie. We can admit
Yes.
that. Duel of the Fates might be the best John Williams song of all the songs. That's an epic song, but it's too choreographed. It is so
choreographed.
They are hitting. No. I think the fight between Rey and Kylo Ren in The Force Awakens is the best lightsaber fight because it looks the most natural. They're cutting through trees. They're missing each other. This one, they're vroom, 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 without even looking. And then it's so fucking stupid when you find out later that apparently when you have the high ground, you can defeat somebody. Darth Maul has fucking Obi-Wan hanging by his fingertips, and he's just going, just swinging his lightsaber at him. Instead of pushing him with the Force, he's swinging his lightsaber. Then Obi-Wan jumps over him. Darth Maul looks at him and goes, huh? And then he slices him in half. It is such a stupid ending to Darth Maul that it negates the whole fight, how it ends. It's so stupid.
No,
Do you want to go on that?
Darth Maul was being cocky. He was taunting him. He wasn't paying attention. That's how he dies, And then Anakin tries to do the same thing against Obi-Wan later on in the movies. And then,
don't spoil it for me, man.
Don't try it. Okay.
But Lancer,
Actually, what do you have to say about Darth Maul versus? Go on. Finish, man. Finish.
Finish what?
I'm talking to Phil Pickles. Finish, man.
I was like, he literally. I get okay. I can accept that he was kind of like, I fucking won, put my dick in your face. But then Obi-Wan jumps and Darth Maul watches him do it and then just sits there and gets sliced. He's the most feared dual sabered fighter in the universe, and he just sits there and lets him stab him. It was so unbelievable, and it's so choreographed. Even though that's the best. The best part of the movie is just okay. The best parts of A New Hope are great. This movie never reaches the height.
Give me one great point in A New Hope.
The practical effects, the fucking the air fight, the
that's
space
a great
battle.
scene. The great scene, the practical effects.
The space scene.
Given the time period, that was
Obi-Wan.
Awesome.
The space scene.
The prequels had more practical effects.
Them in the trash compactor was like you say about horror movies. It was good fun. Obi-Wan remembering about Anakin, telling him about his father. Multiple scenes that are more iconic. Dude, it opens up with two robots in the desert, and you're thinking, oh, this is really intriguing. This movie opens up with fucking Chinese stereotypes going, oh, is the Trade Federation going to be here in time? Oh, the Trade Federation. It's so fucking boring.
It was fun.
Why?
Okay.
Like that,
It was
they
boring.
were fun, and it was more compelling than two robots walking around in the desert.
And everybody in the movie talks like this.
Look. You've got to a really interesting point, actually. But I was going to say, Ashley, Darth Maul versus Darth Vader before I go on to like another really like controversial point about this movie.
I mean, obviously, for me, it's Darth Vader. On that point, I can't agree.
In these two movies.
I mean, Darth Maul, I feel like the fight's better in the end when you have that with him. But no, overall villain in these two movies is Darth Vader. Like, I feel like Darth Maul, like his mask, his face was cool, but overall, no, he's not a better villain at all.
Okay,
I'll accept we had that epic fight there, but it's not. He's not better.
Palpatine's the villain in Episode 1 as well.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I think he's actually more the villain.
You don't really
he's
know
the Phantom Menace.
You don't know.
You don't know it.
He is the villain.
But he is the Phantom Menace.
Nerdman, I agree with you that in the first movie, Darth Vader is not a good villain in the first two movies.
I don't think he's a great villain in the first movie. I'm sorry, he was just.
He's not a great villain. He's a good villain.
Because when you've grown up hearing all about Darth Vader, he's just this amazing like Hannibal Lecter on steroids or something, and then you watch the movie and you're like, all right. So he does like, what does he even do? Like he kills like one guy or something.
He's
like,
the greatest pilot in the galaxy.
And then he has some lame fight with Obi-Wan Kenobi. and that's it. Like, that's basically his like villainy of the whole movie. And I'm just like, dude, I wasn't exactly blown away by this great villain.
But Nerdman,
anyway,
last time he was the learner, now he's the master. Like, so many great lines, dude.
There were great lines. The dialogue was stilted in that movie. It was much worse, the dialogue in A New Hope than it was
name two characters.
Menace.
Name two characters in the Phantom Menace as good as Han Solo and fucking Obi-Wan, and then name me one character in the old movies that are worse than Jar Jar Binks.
Anakin and Gwai-Jin, both better than
Anakin's better than Han Solo.
Gwai-Jin is better than Han Solo. Gwai-Jin is better than Han Solo. Liam Neeson was great. I loved him in the movie. What's wrong with him?
He was so robotic. You talk about Henry Cavill and Man of Steel being so depressing. Dude, come on, dude. He had no emotion the whole time.
Liam Neeson on his worst day. And don't get me wrong, the guy, Mark Hamill, who plays look up his breast.
Dude, Obi-Wan Kenobi said who's worse, a fool,
Mark Hamill, the guy who plays Luke. I believe this was their first movies, right? Luke Mark Hamill and the guy who plays Han Solo. Right?
Those were the guy
who plays Han Solo.
That guy. Who's that guy?
Yeah, that guy. Who is that guy? Harrison Ford.
I don't know. Harrison Ford.
It was Harrison Ford's second movie.
Right?
And you know what's even special?
So
we had a bunch of unknowns in A New Hope that made that movie so great compared to Phantom Menace.
No, it didn't, because they couldn't act. None of them could act.
Oh,
it was terrible.
God.
You had terrible dialogue with actors who couldn't act. So it made it even worse. And I'm not saying I didn't enjoy the movie. I enjoyed the movie a little bit, but I was just not like, oh, now I want to know more about Star Wars. I wanted to know more about Star Wars after Phantom Menace. That was the truth of it. Like, that for me, for somebody who has no idea about Star Wars, that for me is the better movie to watch than A New Hope. I'm sorry.
Okay,
it's just
how about this? Tell me a line in Phantom Menace that's better than when Obi-Wan Kenobi said, "Who's worse, the fool or the fool falls a fool?" Tell me one line in Phantom Menace that was better than that.
Well, I've watched it once.
I'll wait. Don't worry. I'll wait a little bit. Go ahead. Let me get room on my phone. I'll come back. I'll guarantee you'll still be trying to think of it.
All right. I'll tell you. I'll tell you a line. The line that the little boy says about helping people, where he's like, too many people in the world don't. That I can't remember the.
You can't even remember it. That's what I mean. You've nothing about that film is memorable.
Nerd man.
Nothing about this.
Oh my God! All
right. Let's go.
Watto and address Jar Jar Binks right now.
Yeah,
I was just about to say that. This is what I wanted to get into. These are kids' movies, right? These are fucking kids' movies. I've watched them now, and I now see, like, I thought maybe they were more mature. They are both very, very childish kid-like movies. C-3PO is just as fucking annoying as Jar Jar Binks. When you look at it,
wow.
Not that far off.
Straight up. He's all right. Maybe he's mildly less annoying. But if you're talking about like a cowardly character who does nothing, who just literally just goes around like being the comic relief and is a complete stereotype, then yes. The Jar Jar Binks and C-3PO are similar type characters. The only reason people like C-3PO is because they were kids when they first watched him and they thought he was cool. Or they thought, he was funny when they were kids. But when they grew older and saw Jar Jar Binks, a similar type of character, they were like, no, this isn't, this is too childish for us. Bullshit. C-3PO, the whole universe is childish. They have all the little creatures in the beginning of A New Hope. Those were kid-like creatures.
Jawas.
Yeah, Jawas, exactly.
But Nerd Man,
like adults really love that.
You're forgetting one crucial part of piece of information.
Okay.
One of them just sounds like a British robot, and one of them fucking sounds like this. He fucking sounds like this. Waka waka waka. It's so fucking
What the
annoying.
hell?
That is so much more annoying than just a British robot who's like this and kind of annoying. Dude, you can't even compare the two.
They're both comedic relief characters. You can't compare the two.
But no.
Straight up.
C3PO actually helps in the plot. He helps Leia and stuff.
Yeah.
Jar Jar Binks does nothing.
So does Jar Jar
gets
Binks.
them to the city.
How does he help in the plot?
Gets them through the center of the earth. You know what I'm saying? If you're not for Jar Jar Binks, those Jedis are stuck out there in the woods.
He leads them to the place where you get another stupid character, the fat fucking ripoff Jabba the Hutt who goes before he talks.
It's an alien. It's an alien, so you have to give them alien characteristics.
But it's annoying, and then if you're not annoying like them and him, he doesn't know nuance. Either the character has to be, or they have to be talking just like this. So fucking boring. Trade negotiations. He doesn't know how to hit the nuance. And guess what? George Lucas did direct both of these movies. He didn't direct Empire. He didn't direct Return of the Jedi. That's why they're way better, because George Lucas, he doesn't need to direct. He just needs to make the story beats. Lantern, he needs to be.
It was
Jedi's crap. Return is crap. Ewok.
Return is my favorite one.
You guys can complain
it's
about
not Empire.
Jar Jar being annoying, but you're fine with Ewoks.
I never said that. Like, I'm not fine with Ewoks. They knock out stormtroopers with rocks. It's so stupid.
It's Star Wars.
Okay. It's Star Wars. Yeah, basically. I don't even know what he's talking about, but like I get the feeling. Yeah, like it's a similar kind of thing. All right, let's go to some of the comments and see like what everyone's saying about. I'm sure they're all telling me how right.
This is a hot take.
They're all telling me how right I am right now.
Israel and Palestine.
Anthony is also super sweet. Met him. Does anybody, if anyone has any comments that they want me to like read out like now, like any responses to what I've said, this is a good time. What is it? Hand like shot first.
Like A New Hope invented the Star Wars score. Like it invented this universe. How are you not more intrigued watching those movies? Like that's the first time you're ever seeing about this universe.
I'll agree with something that they were like stereotypes in that did make me slightly not like it is, but I guess you have to base your character. You have to base your characters off something.
I think that's what
like,
it's called.
But yeah, like it was weird, like with Watto and with Jar Jar a bit.
And the guys who talk like this.
It wasn't as bad as people were making out, you know? It's like, if you think they remind you of Jews or black people, then I think in some ways you have a little bit of a problem as well. But to be honest, like, I don't see how Jar Jar Binks reminds me of black people at all. So
maybe a Jamaican or something like that.
How does it remind you of a Jamaican? That reminds you of a
That's
Jamaican.
why I don't know why. I just thought about it.
He doesn't remind me of a... Is that like a thing that he's like a black stereotype?
Yeah, that was like the thing.
Yeah,
that was the thing.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Jamaican was one thing I heard a lot around time.
And that actor's career got ruined because people bullied him. Another one. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't get that. But Watto and then the Asian guys who talk like this and they have slanted eyes. Yeah, they even slanted their eyes in the costume.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it doesn't offend me.
Stereotypes, yeah.
Yeah, Jar Jar was a big thing. Like you think his like it even looked like he had like dreads or curls and
I get it.
Did he have dreads? He had like big ears.
They were kind of dreadish, like having dreads.
And then the way his voice sound was kind of like.
But Jar Jar's a Sith Lord. We can't forget
when he would say
as
things.
Imperial Jester early on.
He's a Sith Lord. Like some Southern guy with a speech impediment, that's like black. It was a stereotype. Like it was a thing. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, I didn't see him as that.
Go on. I didn't see him necessarily as that. I saw it a little bit, especially in Soto and Jar Jar. I saw it a little bit, but not so much that it offended me. It just seemed like maybe traces of certain cultures he took and then just exaggerated like way beyond the point of it even being meaningful. But that's just so he could create an aim basically are different alien races. There was the thing, and let
me talk about those Chinese Trade Federation aliens. Like, isn't it a little on the nose? You know what I'm saying? Because like, what's the economy of China? Isn't it like becoming more of a powerhouse anyway? I feel like he's kind of leaning in towards that, and the movie's all about politics and stuff like that, and modern politics. It's just George Lucas is trying to get across, the stuff we're seeing in the real world anyway. I forgive him. Maybe stereotypes. It is.
But maybe that's what he's doing. But I'll say something. I do actually like the politics of this film as well. I kind of was intrigued by it a little bit more, by the different kind of aspects of what was going on, and I was like, oh, what is this, and what is going on between these two? Like everything that was going on there, I thought was interesting. Whereas in A New Hope, I'll tell you a scene that really like exemplifies what I have a problem with in A New Hope. Like, if you watch that scene where Princess Leia, Luke, and Hans are all about to be crushed in that thing, and there's like a little snake thing that comes to try and kill them, like all of the dialogue in that, everything was just like so paper thin. It was just like the characters were like cardboard cutouts, like just like characters that had just been thought of and they hadn't really been fleshed out, or like George Lucas didn't really know who these characters were. And sure, I forgive him for that. That's not like a bad thing. It's like it was his first attempt or whatever, but it just didn't seem like he had a handle on this world or who these characters actually were by then. And when you hear them talking and the things that they're saying, it almost sounds like a Saturday morning cartoon level of dialogue here, or of interaction. Whereas the Phantom Menace is just a much more polished affair. It really is. Like, obviously, 20 years later, new technology, new, having time to think about exactly what this mythology all is. And really kind of contemplating on this, I think he came up with a slightly better product, in my opinion.
Wow.
Agreed.
I don't think that the first Star Wars movie is a great movie. I'm not a huge Star Wars guy, but compared to Episode 1, dude, it's 20 years later and he still doesn't understand character. Can you tell me one characteristic of any of the main characters? What differentiates Yoda, Mace Windu, Obi-Wan, or Qui-Gon? Nothing. They're all just cardboard cutout, stern people. Darth Maul is an evil guy. The dialogue is just as bad.
Oh, let's go back. Wait. You said Qui-Gon, Yoda, and
Mace Windu and Obi-Wan. Yes, they're all just very stern, except for Yoda does it backwards.
Mace Windu's more of a dick that doesn't believe in Anakin.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan is also a dick that doesn't believe in Anakin. And Yoda's a dick that doesn't believe in
They're
Anakin.
Just dicks who are stern, and they sit around and talk about creeds.
Is Yoda in the Phantom Menace? He is, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in it for
He's CGI. Yeah.
Well, it was a puppet when it first came out.
Yeah, they switched it to CGI.
Because CGI looks better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Jedi Council are all dicks anyway, so I mean, I expect it.
And that's what Qui-Gon Jinn's trying to say in the movie.
No, but Qui-Gon Jinn's a good character.
Yeah, he's the one.
How?
He's a great.
Well, I liked him. He was like kind of, he's that great mentor figure, the master, like who sees the potential in the kid. He feels for the kid. He feels like he wants to be a fatherly figure in this kid's life. He wants to help him, but he's also like guided by his own spiritual or whatever kind of thing that it kind of prevents him from it kind of stops him from, how would I say this? Like for instance, when he frees Anakin, and he's just like, he's willing to take Anakin and leave his mother. It's those kind of decisions that he makes, that it's like that it's guided by his own kind of philosophy of life and what this kid's potential is and what he can do. He sees the potential that this kid can unify the forces or whatever the fuck they're talking about.
Because Qui-Gon Jinn,
I understand it, but like sorry, go on.
Because Qui-Gon Jinn still believes that Jedis can have emotions. The rest of the Jedi Council is like they believe in no emotions, no love, none of that. And Qui-Gon Jinn's the last one that thinks that that's an important part about being a Jedi. And this guy, Vishal said in the comments later, the Phantom Menace was hated when it came out. Do you remember that video that we watched?
I saw I think I went a little bit too far there. Yeah. But Nerdman, you made a great point explaining Obi-Wan in the original movie. That was a great point you just made. He's literally a carbon copy of Obi-Wan, but done worse. Not as well acted. Period.
I'm thinking Imperial just come for your head, Nerdman.
Let's read some of these.
This one.
The Phantom Menace was hated when it came out. Damn, so many people were disappointed.
True.
So what do you?
You remember watching the videos of people walking out?
People loved it. People were
people did love it.
Yeah.
I wasn't one of them.
Internet comes around that all this fucking hate starts about these prequel movies.
No, but I heard about the prequel hate way before then. Like
way before the internet.
Not before the internet, but I'm not talking about before the internet, but like almost immediately after. Maybe it was around the second one, but certainly I knew that before the last film that people hated this series. Like I thought it was complete trash. Like it was like unwatchable almost.
Well, that's because
Yeah, but that's the way it was always told to me. Like they were unwatchable movies, and to be frank, I'm doing a series of videos, by the way, because I've never watched Star Wars, where I'm not only exploring the kind of watching Star Wars for the first time, but all of the controversy surrounding Star Wars. And I'm giving my opinion as somebody who is just new to Star Wars and, has no dog in the fight. So you should go and watch those videos as well. They're quite cool. Lantern has joined me for both. Hopefully he'll join me for future ones.
Oh, yeah.
But, from what we were saying, I don't know what people are so disappointed about. I really don't. I think like that it's not like there's massive glaring plot holes in this film. It's not like there's like inconsistencies of motivation. There is a straight linear story that is told with a compelling hero at the center of it, which is this little kid. He's, whether he's a bad actor or not, I think he acts like an 8-year-old well enough that I can follow the story.
We don't need
Oscar. We don't need Oscar-winning acting in this action adventure. So it's a little kid that's heartwarming. You follow through the story and as he becomes a hero. And you reminded me of a point that I really liked, which is when the council first meet him, right? And they say like,
8 years old, too old.
They say he's too old, and then Yoda says, I see something in him or something like is that in this one? It's like
he sees a darkness in Anakin or something like that.
He sees a darkness.
Still afraid. Yeah,
so that made the kid even more intriguing then, because I was like, oh, I wish I didn't know he was going to turn into Darth Vader, and I just watched it like straight up. But like that made it more intriguing. Like, oh, there's something dark about this kid. Like he has fear or something like that. I like those parts. Those things made it more interesting.
Once you watch Empire Strikes Back, and then you finish with Return, and you see Darth Vader's ending, and then you go back and retroactively see these 3 movies, you'll be like, holy shit, they shit on Darth Vader. It's terrible. And then once you watch Revenge of the Sith, you'll think, shit, this is way better than Phantom Menace.
Okay,
Phantom Menace is like the 6th best Star Wars movie, maybe 7th.
Interesting. It's my favorite so far. I have kind of a little bit watched the Star Wars
Attack of the Clones.
No, the new one, the first of the new ones.
Force Awakens, the best Star Wars movie.
Yeah, I thought it was the best as well until I watched this one, and this one's way better.
From
what I remember.
Are you serious right now?
Oh my God, this blasphemy
What?
is just. Well, I'm gonna touch on something you said earlier.
Who's blasphemous?
Are you talking to me? Actually,
he's smiling because he knows what he said.
Like, is that what you said?
That's why he's laughing. He knows he's trying to trigger people. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You said
I'm sorry. It's so bad right now.
you sat there and said that you don't need great acting because it's an action movie, but you're shitting on the acting in a scene where they're in the trash compactor.
Yeah, but that's not even acting. That's
but no, but regardless, you're shitting on it. You're shitting on the acting period in A New Hope. But you say you don't need great acting for it since it's an action movie. That's why you're laughing. I got you.
This is an 8-year-old untrained kid. Those were adult actors who couldn't like hold the scene. It's way different.
Dude,
plus their
Harrison
dialogue
Ford was an electrician. He never acted before in his life. Luke Skywalker, that's one of his first acting gigs.
No, but the dialogue was bad as well. So
it was the 70s. Everything was bad acting back then.
Oh, it's okay because it's the 70s. All right, fine. So look,
no, I didn't say it was okay, but I gotta give
nostalgia. It's nostalgia. You know it's
fighting. Okay.
So, this is what we do, man. Look. Okay. So Ashley, tell me what you wanted to say about my.
I'm sorry. Like I'm getting excited. Like background noise. I'm sorry if you hear stuff outside. I was just saying. Did you say The Force Awakens?
I didn't even want to touch that.
I was kind of like making sure I grasped. You said that was the best Star Wars movie until The Phantom Menace. Is that what you said? What did you say? Because I think my ears are clogged.
Let me explain something, Ashley. I have not watched these movies. I really was so not interested in what I was watching. Somebody forced me to watch The Force Awakens once. I wasn't even really watching it. Like, I can't remember a damn thing. You might as well say I didn't watch it. But from what I saw, it was mildly more entertaining to me than what I remembered. Like, because I'd watched Star Wars when I was 8 years old, and I don't remember anything about it again. So this is, again, might as well be watching it as new. But it was mildly more entertaining to me than what I'd seen there. I watched like... Yeah, go on.
So you basically are telling me you kind of sort of watched a movie that you didn't really want to watch, and you think that is better than the movie what you remember from when you were 8 years old?
Well, now I've watched it now, and I still think
sort of watched it.
No. But I'm saying now I've watched it now, A New Hope, and I'm remembering watching The Force Awakens. Mm-hmm. Again, I didn't watch it. Like, I shouldn't say I watched it because have you ever watched a film where you're kind of like just so in and out and you don't care and you fall asleep during huge parts of it?
Then how can you formulate an opinion and say it's better than something else if you only wasn't really watching it?
Phony.
The moments I woke up were... Yeah, I know what you're saying. To be honest, I can't say that. I'll be honest.
Okay, that's why I'm pushing you on that because that makes absolutely no sense.
It makes no sense.
And Nerva, I have a question for you.
Go on.
Can you defend Princess Amidala?
The Natalie Portman character?
Yes.
Yeah, she was really good in it.
I'm sorry. I don't trust you as a human anymore. You are literally off this planet. She's so fucking stale. You're gonna tell me you're gonna take her over Carrie Fisher's electric performance?
Yes. Absolutely.
You are smoking meth. I've never accused people of smoking meth, but you are, and I'm accusing you of it publicly right now. Dude, this movie has way too many characters. The old movie focused on 3 or 4 main characters. This movie has like 8. It's too much, and somehow it's still boring. The first movie moves at a good pace. This movie is boring. And you're like, can we just please get this over with?
Wait. Let's just say this. Natalie Portman has a sweet relationship with the little kid, first of all. She also has that, like, there was an intriguing... There was an intriguing thing where I don't know if it was... I think Lantern told me it wasn't her. but like there was a double queen, or she was basically pretending not to be the queen, the imposter queen, and whatever. So I like the imposter queen's performance, but apparently that wasn't.
Wait, so you watched the movie and you don't even know what like the plot was or what she was doing? You didn't even know what was happening. Was she wait, what happened? Because it was so boring that you forgot. Admit it.
No. I'm saying what happened. Basically, there was an
had to give you cliff notes to a movie that you were actively watching. I don't understand.
Nerd man, if you like if you genuinely like Attack of the Clones, I will worry for you as a person.
No, look,
it's so not.
I've explained it very all I said is I didn't know if it was Natalie Portman playing because she has big makeup on. She's got like the whole makeup. She looks like Natalie Portman. I thought it was her playing both roles. That's all I was saying. And you're going on like I didn't know what the movie was. I watched the movie very carefully. And I know exactly what was happening. All I'm saying is that yes, Natalie Portman in the role as the actual queen who's just pretending to be whatever is actually pretty good. She's harmless. I think she did a good job. I believed her.
Dude, the 10 minutes Carrie Fisher was in A New Hope is better than everything Natalie Portman did in The Phantom Menace.
She's whiny. Padme is a whiny character.
I'll say.
So is Anakin. So they're kind of perfect for each other.
Exactly.
Yeah, but he's not so whiny yet.
He's gonna get there.
I know. I can. That's what I'm saying. He gets like.
She wasn't whiny. She wasn't whiny in this movie. Maybe she's in whiny in future movies.
She's slightly whiny and nasally and annoying. Yes, she is.
Give me an example. Well, you could say it like that. And everyone.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's her voice. It's like a lot of the choices that she makes throughout the whole. I mean, the way that she says things. She's, it's kind of like I'm the brat. I'm, the queen, and it's just how she portrays the character through the whole thing. It's like Natalie Portman.
It's the Tom Cruise effect.
Yeah.
You don't like her as an actress, Natalie Portman.
I don't really like her. I liked her in one movie, and that was about it.
Okay,
I mean,
all right.
She's just really like every other actor, dude. She's just fucking stale.
We've got very objective opinions here, clearly. All right, so Princess Leia. Okay, fine. I'll give you that. She was mildly. I don't even think she was that entertaining. Honestly, I don't think any of them were entertaining. Like that entertaining. In A New Hope, they just weren't. They weren't that entertaining in A New Hope. Maybe they get much better in the future movies. I don't know.
They do.
None of them.
They're the best
quite
Empire.
There. She was just like, what was she saying? What was she even saying in the first movie? She was such a damsel in distress. She was a damsel in distress. That's all she was in that first movie. She didn't do anything. Like
what Padme do?
What did Padme do?
She had a whole guard of people surrounding her.
So? She went into the fight in the end, didn't she? Yeah, Lantern, tell me if I'm wrong.
Dude, Leia was stealing blasters and taking over. She didn't care.
Yeah.
With the white gown on.
She shot. Wait. She shot one person, and then she got completely destroyed in the beginning. It was like she got the gun. I was like, oh wow, she's gonna be a badass. She shoots one guy and like completely failed, and then like they take her out. She was trash, bro. Like as an action heroine or whatever, she was trash. She was like a pure damsel in distress. If I remember correctly, didn't Natalie Portman Padme or Padma or whatever Panama? Didn't she by the end?
Her name's Panama.
Didn't she by the end of the film? She was full on in the battle, right? Because I remember Anakin saving her, like in the ship, and she was there fighting with everyone.
Yeah.
So
she had no choice. She had to.
We're talking about the Queen Padme, right?
Yeah.
She was a part of the 4-pronged battle at the end. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, so she was definitely part of the.
She's a mirror of Princess Leia. I mean, this movie.
Yeah,
you can put up there's a bunch of shit in the Phantom Menace that does the same shit as A New Hope. You know what I'm saying? Even down to the
it's
fucking
worse.
spaceship blowing up. It's the same thing.
And that's the problem. 1, 2, 3, and 7, 8, 9 are trying to replicate what 4, 5, and 6 did with these characters.
No. George Lucas is trying to rhyme it.
Oh yeah, there we
he
go.
says it in behind the scenes. He's trying to rhyme it.
Right.
Okay?
It's like a poem. It's like a poem. That's what he says.
Yeah.
All
right.
Paul's hilarious.
All right, so we're gonna finish this off because we're coming
look
to
up
an
circle
hour.
theory. People gotta look up circle theory about Star Wars. That's what you gotta do. Okay,
Nerdman, you got to give me one character in the Phantom Menace that has the fucking spunk and electricity of Harrison Ford.
The spunk.
Nobody has the electricity. Nobody does anything as cool as shooting Greedo in the whole movie. There's not a badass moment like that in the whole movie.
The bar scene where he shoots
he wastes them.
Dude,
the whole electrician reading lines. They said you're gonna be our Han Solo.
The whole fight.
He did that great of a job. Come on, dude.
The whole fight with Darth Maul is much more epic than that little shooting scene. So yes, I would say there is better scenes.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna have to finish this pretty soon. But I do want to take a few comments. So if anyone has anything interesting to comment, as I said, literally. So Leia was captured for helping the Resistance.
Facts.
Padme was captured when the Trade Federation came down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Did they capture her initially? I'm saying the movies rhyme. The movies are like fucking same shit.
So what's Paul talking about here? She literally shoots a dude that plans their escape from the prison block.
When they save her, when they're in the stormtrooper gear, and then she kind of turns it on them and is like, "I'm making the plan how to get out of here."
Yeah.
Oh right, okay. Yeah, after she couldn't do anything in the whole beginning of the movie,
she was captured by Darth Vader.
Really inspires my faith. Yeah, exactly. But those guys, they basically pimp slapped her to the ground, almost when in the first scene with her. I'm just like, dude, this is she can't do anything. Anyway, sorry, Ashley. What about your last words on this? So you've kind of turned against me. You've gone for the popularity vote, Ashley.
No. When you started out, you were talking about Anakin being a better hero, right? Isn't that what we started off? And then we got into a whole bunch of other things I don't necessarily agree with. Okay. So I just had to make sure you understand. Okay.
We will see it. We will see it. It's the popularity contest thing.
Me popular? What is that? Never. I'm always on the wrong side of that. No. I agree. I do agree with you about Anakin. I feel that in the first film that he has more of those hero traits, when we're talking about who is a hero. But I don't get on board with most of your other takes here about Leia versus Padme. I don't agree with any of that. And so, I feel that Padme was just a very selfish, needy queen through the whole film. And I didn't really like her. Maybe she had a sweet moment with Anakin, but where does that go in the end, So it's really not that sweet when you think about it. So that's,
So can I ask what is the better movie to you? Because that was part of the part
overall, the overall better movie.
Yeah.
Don't fail this video. Don't fail it.
When I think about
I would love the MCU if you go in our favor.
You're gonna love the MCU. Well,
No.
We're not making trades here. We're not making trades here. You know what I'm saying? Overall, which one do I enjoy more? Even though it's the Phantom Menace. Overall, what is a better movie? But I like the Phantom Menace more.
Oh God, sorry,
what's a better movie?
I like that movie.
You said the better movie.
But which one do I enjoy more?
That's all I want.
You know, if I'm
Come
like
on.
just being that
Jeez.
selfish, like turning my brain off, you know, having a good time, it's a Phantom Menace. But which is
Okay,
a
so it's
overall
the Phantom
better movie.
Menace.
No, because I do this. Okay, you can separate it in my head, and that's what I'm doing. But which one have I seen the most? Which one would I rather watch? The Phantom Menace. But it's not.
There you go.
I can get with that.
Because you know why you can get with that, JG? Because you'd rather watch the Phantom Menace too.
No,
That's the
because
truth of it.
Return of the Jedi is my favorite movie, but Empire Strikes Back is the better film. That's why I can agree with that.
All right. I yeah. Somehow I don't believe it. Anyway, last of these. No, Leia is a badass. I don't know where she goes from here, but she certainly wasn't a badass in the movie I saw. She is the leader of the attack on the Death Star. Is that right in this movie? In the New Hope? She is, yeah?
Yeah, she's in the planning room and stuff like that, yeah.
I have to watch it again sometime soon.
So
he's really on these.
All of you are going to tell me right now that you have 1 week to live, 1 day to live. You can only watch one more of these before you die. You're going to watch Phantom Menace on your deathbed before you watch the hopeful, maybe it's not great, but the influential, iconic Star Wars New Hope. You're going to watch the Phantom Menace. Seriously, think about it. You're on your deathbed. Okay, I wouldn't watch either of these.
Of the Sith, but yeah.
But yeah, exactly. I wouldn't watch either of these. I'd probably watch porn. I don't know. Like I did.
Well, you get to watch your favorite movie. You have to watch one of these in your last week of life. You have to pick one of them. You are not sitting through fucking Trade Federation talk. You want to see fucking Han Solo and the crew and Darth Vader and the space battles and the practical effects and the universe and Obi-Wan and the whole duel of the family themes. There are no family themes in the new one. You come on, don't lie to me. Lantern, which one would you watch, Lantern? You're on your deathbed.
My deathbed?
Phantom Menace all day.
I'd probably watch Star Trek Into Darkness.
Okay, I can get
okay. But you have to one of these.
Phantom
you guys
Menace.
Are lying if you pick Phantom Menace.
I'd rather watch the whole prequel trilogy and the Clone Wars animated series than watch the original, trilogy. Okay. And you say you like the practical effects, but the prequels have just as many, if not more, practical effects.
But they're covered up by CGI.
Created more miniatures for the prequels than the original trilogy. Do you know that?
But they're covered up.
They're not. They're not covered up. They're not.
Yeah, they
watch
are.
Behind the scenes, okay?
I have. I see a lot of blue screens.
Get him, Lantern. Go on. Just talk it out for the last.
You know what I'm saying? Everything they're standing on is real.
He built miniatures, but he covered a lot of it up. Not all of it, but a lot of it.
He improved it.
I think it's more effective and it looks more realistic in the 70s than it does.
I highly recommend everybody watch the behind the scenes of the Phantom Menace. It's an hour documentary, and then watch the prequel documentary, A Fan's New Hope, where they talk about circle theory with the prequels.
I've seen it.
You'll have a bigger appreciation for the prequels.
I watched it when I was going to sleep one night. I grew up with these movies. I don't not like it.
Vishal, I'll be watching it next week. Next week Sunday. So this Sunday. I'll be watching. I believe it's what's the next one after Phantom Menace?
Attack
of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones. I'll do Attack of the Clones next.
and then it's Empire Strikes Back.
Sunday after, I'm watching Empire Strikes Back.
Get ready, nerd man. Buckle up.
Okay.
Attack of the Clones is bad. It makes the Phantom Menace look like fucking Schindler's List.
What?
Family Guy.
Prequels are not that bad. They're not that
Attack of the Clones is. Revenge of the Sith? Good movie.
You know what's funny?
Pretty good movie.
When I showed my sister Attack of the Clones, she said it was her favorite out of all the Star Wars movies. So
really?
I'm interested to see what Nerdman thinks about it. Because if you can get past the love thing, if you can get past the whole,
it's a lot.
The core of the movie, it's hard.
It's pretty good.
It has some merit to it. It has some
Count
cool
Dooku fight's pretty cool.
I'd watch Breaking Bad.
Yoda.
I mean, now that Nerdman has this take, I don't know what he might think that the next one's gonna be the best one. I don't know what he's gonna think. This was insane. This was your hottest take. This was your hottest take, and I put an ice pack on it, baby, because you are not right on this.
Well, I hats off to you, man. Hats off to you guys. You did a great job. Like, really, it's actually been really fun talking about this. I don't know why I'm watching this film and I'm thinking, this is obvious, right? Like, it's obviously the better movie. So to me, it's bizarre that people come at this with such passion, but I love it, man. I fucking love it. That's why this is Hot Takes Tuesday. Any final words? I love the conflict you two were getting into just now. I don't want to necessarily cut you off, but we do only have a small bit of time. The philosophical pickle and Lantern, or you and the little.
You are my friend, Lantern.
You're my brother, Anakin.
I hate you, Lantern. I hate you.
Dude, more quotable than the originals. All right, everything.
We'll get to that movie. That's the best out of the three. We'll get to that one at some point.
Okay.
My last thoughts are that I think you're completely wrong, Nerdman, and I mean I think I've said everything I wanted to say.
Cool. Lantern, man.
Doesn't much. I mean, I can't wait for you to see Revenge of the Sith. I mean, I hope you like it. I mean,
yeah.
I since you like Phantom Menace this much, you might hate it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have that opposite reaction. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying it's the best I've seen of the series. I'm not saying I love the movie, it's one of my all-time favorite movies now. But I do
assume that it's.
I like it quite a bit. I like it quite a bit. I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. I'd give New Hope. I'd give
what?
A 6.
I'm out.
6.2. 6.2 for New Hope.
Damn.
Wow.
I don't have the nostalgia goggles, man.
Yeah, I
Neither
like
do I.
Lucas, so
Nerdman,
I
I don't have nostalgia goggles. I don't think Star Wars is a great movie. I think the Phantom Menace is just worse, dude.
Good night,
7.5? A 7.5 is a great score. Are you kidding me? You need a straight jacket, and I'm gonna give it to you.
All right, 7.4. 7.4 then.
Thank you. That's better.
It's a good movie. It's a fun little flick. I think it's a fun little flick for kids.
I can't say that you're wrong.
I'd watch it with kids. I think it's fun for them as well.
I would highly recommend people watch Fanboys as well. That movie Fanboys, where it's all about the guys before the prequels come out. That's great. That's great. Is this movie gonna suck? That's the last line of the movie. That's great. That's great.
All right, Ashley, last words, and talk about your channel as well. Even though everybody who watches this channel probably watches yours, because yours is much bigger. But anyway,
it's not as big as it used to be, dude. But I'm saying, it's the Widow. You want to hear me talk about the MCU and stuff? And then come watch it. We play music, we have a good time, we talk, we debate. I catch people on my web sometimes. It's fun.
And you have the best outro of any YouTube channel. You should watch that outro.
Yes, for the Kenny Rogers at the end, right? That's what you should do. So check that out. I don't really like plugging my stuff. Sorry, that was weird.
JG, man, breaker of chains. Are we friends anymore? Can I
Dude,
still
you literally gave me 10
I still hit you up on Twitter?
Old stream. Oh my god, you have taken the trophy for the most blasphemous YouTuber. You're still my brother, man. We're cool. We're good. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Yeah, please, everybody, watch all these guys' channels. They are great. Ashley, the greatest DJ on YouTube. Philosophical Pickle, the second most blasphemous wonder of YouTube, man. Lantern, you should change that red to yellow light. Nerdman, oh my god, you have failed this city. So yeah, everybody's lend your support. They're all great people. I enjoy it.
I gotta say one more thing about you, Nerdman.
There we go, yellow. There, I love it.
Nerdman was a talented YouTuber and a good friend. A really good
Hive
friend.
of scum villainy.
He was killed by his opinions.
He went into the park one day and was murdered by his. All right, guys. So thanks so much for joining us. Please do like, subscribe, comment. I love the comments. Tell me how terrible everything I've said was today. And apart from that, yeah, I will reply. I will respond as much as I possibly can to the comment. And apart from that, what else? I mean, I guess I'll see you on the flip side, and I love you 3000. Peace.
Holla.
Bye.